No mistake from the Frenchman.
God, should have been the man. Yes, sir. First class flights on the Delta. Jackson sitting on the Delta. Yes, sir.
Here comes Ward-Prowse.
Yes, sir.
Loftus-Cheek takes aim.
This is Corner Flag Talk.
The next part of this now is for us to choose our three best, three worst, and surprise performers at Manchester City. So I'll kick us off. My three best performers were Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva, and I actually am really tied between Laporte, Ederson, and Kun Aguero. Now I know it seems so weird that why it is that Kun is up there with all these records and he has most hat tricks ever and he always hits 20 plus goals. So why is it so hard? Well, my problem with Kun is that he does not tend to have the effect you want across a season. The reason that his hat trick number is so high shows that he doesn't actually perform as much throughout the season. Like his away record this season was pretty bad actually. I don't know the particular number, but I knew that up until around Christmas somewhere it was something like one goal away from home. And don't take anything away from him. He is a phenomenal player. But I think at the crux of it, I would choose Laporte as my third best player.
It really is the same.
We should have bring somebody else on this
episode. I'll put Sterling, Bernardo. I put Sterling, Bernardo. I have to say.
No, but before you finish it, Fuja, I don't think men realize how good Ederson was this season.
No, and that what I want to add, because I would put Ederson as my third, because I say people don't understand. Like looking at the games, he was like you could see how important it is for a goalkeeper to play out for for a team to play out the back. It had moments where Ederson was basically part of the defense.
Yeah.
Ederson was basically an extra outfield player. Ederson.
And he actually got the assist.
Yeah, Ederson just there
even in this basic goalkeeper interviews, he was real good. He was really, really good. There was no point where you felt like he was overly shaky between the posts. You ever felt like he was a mistake waiting to happen. He's pretty damn good. And I felt like his inclusion in the team of the season was validated because I felt like he had to be the more active between him and Alisson, both of which were up there for clean sheets. And he has shown his ability to be an excellent shot stopper in the Premier League.
And as much as Laporte is up there as being one of the best defenders in the league, everywhere else, other people had shaky performances. John Stones shaky performances, Kyle Walker shaky performances on the team knew to attack them down that side and getting past the defenders. The next line defense is Ederson. And Ederson just read the game so quick. He just there, it's like, and a strike can be coming at you. It's a one thing to know the to understand, do your research before a player take a penalty and all that. But a strike could be coming towards him and he could in his mind read the game already and know, alright, this is, he know already how to dive, he already know what side he put the goal to block. I feel like if Ederson, because I know we had that issue where Bravo who was supposed to be second choice keeper, he was injured and we had to recall Muric. But I feel like if anything, if as more important Fernandinho was, if Ederson, if something you could see how important it was. No other keeper really could do what Ederson did, and just basically how he plays on the back, the confidence on the ball, that he would just begin up every play. From him, spread the ball out to Sterling, drive a pass straight into the midfield, and from that it started going. as a counter-attack happened, he grabbed the ball already and volleyed that straight up, and counter-attack start. Sterling get the ball, Sterling beat, but then whoever playing on top there.
Yeah.
Ederson has been
Sorry, Ederson?
amazing. Yeah, Ederson.
The 3 worst players is a lot harder to pick.
Oh, no, I can pick that.
Oh, wait, well, you go first, because I mean, I'm watching this from the outside, so to pick from one team that won 4 trophies is kind of hard.
The worst players for me, I would have to say, one, Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker
Yeah,
being...
I was going to say Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker, I'm not saying Kyle Walker terrible, but the only issue in Kyle Walker game is he very good at driving forward in attack. He's very quick and very pacey when it comes to, joining the attack. When it comes to defending, when he's up there, most teams was not able to capitalize, not because we understand how we play. When he up there, the centre backs will spread, and they will block off any attack coming on there. But constantly you have to know that okay, you doing that and you're putting a bad cross.
Yeah.
And the counter attack happened. The counter attack would most of the time come down his wing. So that's one thing that he was really struggling on this season, with just his defensive performance and being up there as one of the best right backs up there. You're up there, for being good at the attacking sense, but you also made being one of the best right backs in the world because of how you defending was in past seasons.
Yeah.
So I'll say Kyle Walker. I will also say, disappointingly enough, Mahrez.
Yeah.
Riyad Mahrez was very disappointing, and that's because, and just to touch on that, that's basically Mahrez came from a side where he got most of the ball, he got the space to run at people, can't counter-attack in football, but him, in City, you have to move the ball.
More possession.
You have to move the ball quickly. And I would also say, everybody else, tough to everybody else there. You compliment there because I would say Delph. No, Delph has to be there because the moments Delph slot in, Delph is a very amazing football when it comes to recovering the ball. Recovering the ball and interceptions, but it's just sometimes in the game he just get too heated and he just don't think straight. A lot of games that he started in the cup competitions where he conceded goals because of poor choices on his part.
So for me, real quickly, it's Kyle Walker, Delph, and I would actually put Leroy Sané up there only because the category is most disappointing, not necessarily. Well, most performer, most disappointing, same thing, right? But I just think that, with Mahrez, there's a chance that he poorly adapted, which happened, right?
Yeah.
But then we come from a place where the standard Leroy set last season, that he and De Bruyne were the only 2 players to double figures in goals and assists.
That's true.
And come to the point where you all entered in the season where he essentially had 3 wingers. I know Bernardo Silva was a winger, but everybody knew that he was going to play midfield. He went into that season with 3 wingers, and 2 of them ended up playing. That bad. So for me, it's Leroy Sané. And lastly, surprise player. This I titled it surprise player and not most improved because if it was a case of not just with you already signed Mahrez, but for other clubs with a new signing, you don't know how well they would impact. So and you don't have a previous season to compare it to. So I didn't want to call it that. But most surprising for me was Bernardo Silva. He was phenomenal. He is now rightfully so earning a shout for Ballon d'Or. His overall ability, he has these moments where he's Messi-esque in his dribbling. His close control is phenomenal. I told somebody before the start of the season that he would probably finish as the best midfielder, and if De Bruyne did not get injured, he might not have. But you take your chances where you get them, and he was phenomenal. Played on the wing, played in the midfield, it did not matter. His work rate, his big game contribution, his grabbing games by the neck, he was phenomenal. And the unspoken part of his game, his defensive contribution, is up there. He gets back, he defends, he tackles, he intercepts. He makes you aware that he is small, but he is there. So for me, Fadal Silva.
And for me, for that category, I have to say Ilkay Gundogan, because the games that he stepped in when David Silva was very poor, it honestly showed why he deserved that contract extension. He bossed that midfield. Him boss that midfield in the attack. He just having that, and he in any other club would be a starter, but him close control, vision, fine. Him, and when Fernandinho was out, his defensive numbers improved. He knew that, okay, and just seeing how he adapted, because when Fernandinho went out, just having him there, it was very raw and everything, and he didn't really adapt. But coming to the end of the season, our strongest three in that midfield was Bernardo, Kevin when he is fit, and Gundogan. But the both Silvers is just, you know that, alright, Gundogan there. Gundogan obviously want to be more advanced up there, but he bossed that midfield. Him having it there, and it wasn't even him having to constantly go back and defend all the time. It's him not losing possession. Yeah. As he had that ball, he knew he have that ball, because I mentioned the close control. He spread that play everywhere, and every ball he put on, him being so dangerous on set pieces. Yeah. The free kicks, corners he put down. I just find him, he was coming at the end of the season, because I was noticing obviously throughout the entire season, but coming at the end of the season, it was just instrumental for him that he was the one that was holding that midfield together, because Bernardo Silva was coming on and was playing more on the wing, but he was just holding that midfield together.
Alright, cool guys, so this is the end of the breakdown episode. Right after this, you'll be able to find our transfer talk episode for the club, where we will be discussing more on how they could attempt to fix whatever problems that we see that they had for this window for the next season. Catch you guys there. Follow us everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, Cornerflower Talk, Instagram, Twitter at Cornerflower Talk. Again, we are always on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and on YouTube. We have our website up. Everything will be up there at the point of this being uploaded. Check it out for our photos from our first ever event of the Champions League finals. Catch you guys soon.
God, said I've been the man. Yes, sir. First class flights on the Delta. Check still sitting on the dresser. Yes, sir. I settled for the lesson. Said I've been the man. Yes, sir. Head down, but I stay blessed up. God told me that I'm next up. Yes, sir.